Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can see in and around my 40-year-old head. If you are going to do a bit of business, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. And breathe. Okay, this is it's a little bit of everything, VT. You're not going to get a full post-match analysis from Leeds, unfortunately. I didn't get back from Leeds until 2 o'clock yesterday, and then I edited for the next 5 hours to get the away day out. That could be one of the last away days I ever do. Now I've turned 40, I think jumping around, filming yourself, I know I get a bit of shit, and some people go, look at this prick filming himself. I haven't done an away day for so long. And just I thought, why not get me fan cams, still want to get some content out. My 40th birthday, Leeds away, so I thought, why not, I'll do a fan cam. But I might leave that to the younger ones now I've turned 40. Ironically, the amount of time it takes me to film an away day, compared to the amount of views I get, is again, it's a little bit of a conflicting one. And I think going forward, I definitely want to try and do more Millwall histories and more of our podcast, Roaring Lion. That's definitely the route I want to take, and do less of the jumping about in my old age, let's say that. So possibly could be one of the last ever away days you see on the channel. I've actually been asking Mini-Me, he's got his own channel again, he's back on that HGTV, check him out by the way on YouTube, and he's been doing some very good vlogs. He's not in them, but he's been getting, he's learnt off me how to edit and capture content, and he's very good. His last video from the Sheffield United home games had about 3,500 views, so I did say to him if he wants to start putting his vlogs on my channel, and we'll run it as a little bit of a youth Lions TV sort of thing. But I'm just thinking out loud really. But as I say, the Patreon page this week and the YouTube, I promise you both once a week a Millwall history, because they're going down well. But I just haven't had time with these midweek games. Obviously, I said I was editing until late last night, and now back on the grind this morning for the Sheffield Wednesday content. And obviously, we've got a lot of midweek games coming up, so it's going to be all systems going, Lions TV towers, and I'm absolutely fucking exhausted. I don't know if I've got the right to say that, because as I said before, I used to be a roofer and do a lot of physical work, but this mental work seems to drain me, and I'm finding it very hard. But the grind will continue. I'm enjoying doing the channel. The content from Leeds went out. It got a very good reception. Got a mixed bag. Got a bit of hate. I knew it would. But listen, ultimately, I just want to talk football. I don't think I'm hard. I don't want to talk about who's hard and who was hard, who isn't hard anymore, and who used to be hard. I'm just a football fan that creates content, puts out free videos, and also Patreon if you want to pay a little bit extra for extra content. And I just want to talk football. And in my compliments to Leeds, I was also complimentary to Millwall, and maybe a compliment I may have missed to the mighty Lions under Gary Rowe. It was as great as Leeds were on the night, and they were fantastic footballing wise. Let's take nothing away from this. Brilliant. They only still done us by one goal, and I know Bolkowski made some great saves, but again, he's our goalkeeper, and that's what you expect from your goalkeeper. So to only fall short by one goal against a side as with the quality that Leeds had, again, full praise to our side. Another thing I'll say on the game was, and we had this chat afterwards in the bar, and again, this may divide opinion, but it's my opinion, and I've got this outlet as my channel, so I will use it. The Stoke game was so dull, was so boring. Nothing happened in the game. The players had an off day. There was no atmosphere really. And yes, we got a point out of that game. But if I had the choice of doing Stoke again or Leeds again, I'd do Leeds again. I know it's a point lost. We obviously lost the game, but it was a brilliant day. A brilliant atmosphere. And again, I think I said something similar when we played Norwich a couple of seasons ago. We lost 4-3. I just fucking love following the club, man. And I'd do it all again some more if I had to. If I had a choice tomorrow, but to relive the Stoke or the Leeds game, I'd relive the Leeds game. It was a great day. It was a great advert for Championship football, and a team give a brilliant account of themselves, and well done to the other 470 that travelled up to make that long old slog on a Tuesday night. So listen, I strongly believe if we had played anyone else in a division on Tuesday night, we would have won the game. I don't think we fell short or didn't give a full-bodied account of ourselves. I think we did as well as we had been doing in previous games. I just think that Leeds were unfortunately that level above, and that's just football talk. It's not anything else. Just talking football, and I will continue to do so. So listen, as I said on my full-time reaction, full credit to the players, full credit to the manager. Let's not hopefully let it affect our confidence too much. That is 2 losses on the bounce, but again, to a Premier League side and a side that will probably, in my opinion, be in the Premier League next year in Leeds. There is no disgrace in that. And we move on to Saturday's game. We are back on the road. We travel. Where is it? Is it in Yorkshire as well, Leeds? My geography ain't great. Yeah, I think you think Leeds is in Yorkshire as well. So we go back to Yorkshire and we face Sheffield Wednesday. They are on the decline, but before that, I'm going to tell you the team that I would pick to start this match. It's going to be Bulkowski in goal and the 3 centre-halves, as you were. Murray Wallace left wing-back, Marlon Romeo right wing-back, Ryan Woods and Jason Malumbi in the centre of midfield. And then up front, Tom Bradshaw, Conor Mahoney and Jed Wallace. Yeah, there is only one problem position, in my opinion, at the minute in this team, and the rest of it sorts of picks itself. Well, there's 2 slight problems, and one's Tom Bradshaw, but it's not Tom Bradshaw personally. It's the lack of chances we managed to create for him. We created one at Leeds. Jed Wallace puts the ball in, and it's not even a half chance. He's got his back to goal, players behind him. He manages to turn and hit a brilliant shot away, which would have made it 3-1 and probably put us back in the driving seat at Ellen Road. We need to find a way to create chances for Tom Bradshaw. As I said before in previous videos, crosses into the box can be whipped in hard and low. We can knock little balls in between the right back and the centre halves and get him running at him at pace because he's got the pace and he's got the finishing. But we seem to struggle to create chances for him to finish. The main problem I think at the minute in our team is this left hand side of a front 3, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it. John Daly Bavarsson, in my opinion, I'm not going to dig him out individually, but he won a penalty the other day and he done well for that part. But other than that, he's off the pace, he's slow, he's not quick, he isn't a target man. I don't actually know what he offers to the team, and he gave the ball away I think once or twice for Leeds to score. But again, it wasn't his fault we lost the game. But John Daly Bavarsson for me is out his depth and not good enough for this division, so I wouldn't have him anywhere near it. The other 2 in contention is Aidan O'Brien, who I think can come off the bench and get you a goal. And he's I always think he's going to fall away at this club, Aidan, but then he always comes to bounce back and prove himself, and he's been doing that lately. You can't argue with a goals to game ratio that he gets coming off the bench. Sheffield United weren't his greatest moments, but he had been injured, had been ill, and as a result, Gary Rowett giving 90 minutes against a Premiership outfit, which he needed. But Aidan O'Brien for me is good to have around the squad, and he can come off the bench and not only play in a couple of different positions, as we know, he can also grab you a goal, the onion bag. The third player in this trio and choice of 3 on the left-hand side of up front is Conor Mahoney. Now, for me, Conor Mahoney is streaks ahead of the other 2 in talent, bags of talent. Delivery's brilliant. I was watching him in the warm-up at Leeds, and he's knocking balls in the stanchion when they're doing shooting drills. But the problem I've got with Conor Mahoney is he just doesn't seem like he's that up for it at times. And I think, being a Millwall player, it's going to be a battle after time. If he's playing in the top side in the division, like Leeds, I'll mention again, I think he'd be flying. But, for us, it's always going to be a battle with Millwall. We're never going to be 2-3-0 up and doing Olays, and if we are 2-0 up, we end up losing it. But, look, listen, Conor Mahoney is a frightening talent, in my opinion. I think he's very, very good. But I think he is best used to come on and try and unlock a defence, as in he did at Newport, as in he did when Luton scored against us and then sat back, and then he can come on and show some brilliance. But unfortunately, I think he just needs a little bit more about him in a tackle and endeavour. It's a shame because it's frustrating really with him, but it is there in him, and he does care. You can see he cares about what he puts on social media. He's all in for it. So hopefully, in time he will get the hang of it. But out of those 3, I'd have to go with Mahoney because he just does have that ability to unlock a door, and he does have that ability to give you that moment of brilliance. And if he has an off day, he has an off day. Then bring AOB on. But yeah, for me, he's the choice of the 3 at the minute. As I go to film this, obviously Mason Bennett is expected to sign for Millwall today, and I think that's going to be eventually his niche and his position in the side. So there you go. That's the 11 I'll go with. I think Gary Gaffer will keep it pretty much the same as Leeds. I think he'll keep the same formation as Leeds. And let's move on to Sheffield Wednesday. Our opposition are the aforementioned Sheffield Wednesday. They was at the top of the division, but they've fallen away badly. They have lost 5 of their last 6 league games, including a 5-0 home defeat to Blackburn Rovers. Ironically, the only game they did win was away to Leeds in a 2-0 victory. But last time out, they lost again 2-1 away in the week at relegation-threatened Reading. So their gaffer, Gary Monk, no relation to Harry, will be looking for a turn of fortunes for them at home at Hillsborough this Saturday. So this is your pre-match prediction, and here we go. I need to cheer up a bit. I'm not miserable. Oh, by the way, for those saying I was crying at Leeds, I wasn't crying at Leeds. It was fucking freezing. I had my glasses on. I took my glasses off at full time, rubbed my eyes, and I see some Leeds fans saying, "Oh, bless him, he's cried." I didn't cry. I wouldn't cry if we lose. I have cried at Millwall. I cried when we got promoted against Bradford. Hold my hands up to that one. That was a one-off. But yeah, I didn't cry at Leeds. Hopefully I won't be crying at Sheffield Wednesday this Saturday, because I am going to go for a 2-1 Millwall win. Still got full confidence in the gaffer, still got full confidence in the side, and I believe we will bounce back with goals from Jed Wallace and Mason Bennett off the bench to get the goal. If he comes off the bench and if he signs for the club, I know nothing. So that's your lot on a Thursday from me. Please be sure to check out the fans' score predictions from the other boys at Lions TV that's gone out in and around this video. And if you think you know what the score is going to be, don't be shy to put it in the comments below. I'm not miserable today. If I say miserable, I'm not miserable. I'm just very, very tired, mentally drained from all the filming and editing. I'm going to try and get a Millwall history. We're going to stick Terry Hurlock, Millwall history, on the YouTube channel, and we're going to go for Steve Claridge as requested by the Patreons. This week, hopefully, I'll try and plan those out and film them. The Keith Stevens one took me about 12 hours to get right. That's how long it can take to do all the filming, planning, scripting, editing, distributing. I'm not looking for a violin. I'm looking to see you in Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. Around 1,500 of us so far will be travelling up, and I can't wait to see you there if you're going. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.